Hey, Lena, back with you in episode 6 of Insta Minutes. I love the Bible. I love the God of the Bible, and we're talking about the story of God. God had seen that everything was a mess, and so he saves Noah and his family and destroys the earth. And now in Genesis 11, we see how things are not that much better after the flood than they were before. God had told the people to be fruitful and to disperse over all the earth. And in Genesis 11, instead of that, the people got together and they said, come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly. Let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the face of the whole earth. So as opposed to obeying God, they decide, let's do things our way. Again, that is the essence of humanity and pride that sets itself against God. And they say, we're going to build a tower so high that we can reach God. Little did they know, or maybe they did know, and they were choosing to disobey anyway, that you can never reach God. God is the one who comes down to us. That is why Jesus was eventually sent, because we in our prides can never set ourselves in enough security and with enough power to do and to become. I guess what they were doing is to try to become gods themselves. And God looked down and he was grieved again. And it says, the Lord said, behold, they are one people. They have all one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. And nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Remember, he had made them in his image so that we can do so much more than we can even imagine. And then he says, come, let us go down. And they're confused their language so that they may not understand one another's speech. And so God, in an act of grace, disperses the people from Babel. It says, so the Lord dispersed them from there over the face of all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore, its name was called Babel. Do you ever look at people and say, man, stop babbling? It comes from this. Do you ever wonder why there are so many languages in the earth? It's because of this. And it was an act of grace, because in dispersing us and destroying their pride, we no longer can be in a place where we think, man, I don't need God. In fact, so many of us have learned that the places in our life where we recognize how much we need God is when we're not at the height of our game, but when we're at the bottom. It is through failure, through disappointments, through difficulties and suffering that we can acknowledge, God, I can't do this on my own. And so the idea of building a tower that sets itself against God is full of pride, which sets itself against salvation that demands humility. So how are you doing today? Do you think you can set your life up with so much security, with so much success, with so much perfection that you don't need God in your life? If that's you, listen, the warning is for you. You and I need God. Don't wait until God humbles you to recognize that, but rather today in humility, tell him, God, I need you. I can't do this on my own. And admit to him how desperate you are for him. If you don't, then he, in his grace, will put you in a place in your life, I believe, where he draws you to himself out of your humility. He did that for the people of Babel, and that is a good thing. Tomorrow we're going to see how he starts calling out one man, Abraham, and now develops a personal relationship, not just with a man, but with a nation, and eventually with us, the people of God, the church. And so I hope you know him, and in the meantime, have an awesome day, and I'll catch you again tomorrow.